Hi, it's Kim and I'm taking you through your Assessment Task 2 notification for TEP428 2018. Let's start with the due date. It's due at 1 minute to midnight on the 11th of November 2018 and it is worth 50% of your assessment items for the semester. In this task, you will be investigating an area of changing historical interpretation and producing a historiographical essay together with annotated sources and a pedagogical reflection. To complete this task, you must complete all of parts A, B and C as noted here in the notification. Please submit all 3 parts in one document and have a clear system of headings so it's easy for the marker to navigate through. Part A is your essay and you have 2,500 words to write your essay. Your reference list is not included in the word count. This essay is an argument in response to a question that you set. The essay is in written form. You can include graphic text or appendices and they can be put at the end of the document. Don't exceed that 2,500 word count, but your reference list is separate from the 2,500 words. You should make sure that your essay contains a range of perspectives and that it also includes your own views. Make sure you use a consistent system of referencing. The referencing style is not stipulated, so I'll leave it up to you to choose whether you use APA, Harvard, MLA, so on. Just make sure that the referencing is consistent throughout and that your reference list is consistent with whatever referencing system that you have chosen. Please make sure that this essay has not been submitted in any other educational institution or at this university before. In Part B, the annotated sources, you have a total of 600 words to respond to this. You get to choose the sources that you would like out of the essay. We suggest that you select them for their value to the project, and usually they will tend to be the 3 sources that you have found the most useful for answering your question. Don't exceed 600 words in total, and as a rough rule of thumb, you would have about 200 words per source, and about 3 is a good amount to have. You're going to explain the strengths and weaknesses for each source, and you're going to consider the usefulness and reliability of each source to answer your question. In the pedagogical reflection, you have a maximum of 500 words to explore this. There is no framework or scaffold to adhere to for this pedagogical reflection. What you'll be doing this time is reflecting on your completion of this assessment task and then how that will affect your teaching of senior history. So of course you do need to think about how does completing the project affect how you might go ahead and teach history extension. But completing this project and thinking historiographically should also have influence on how you teach ancient history or modern history. So you are to choose either ancient history or modern history and draw on your experiences to think about how your historiographical awareness and how completing this project has affected how you go ahead and teach both of these subjects. Your assessment task will be marked against the performance descriptor standards, which are noted here at the end of the document. Like assessment task 1, they have been mapped across to the university descriptors. Please make note that this is, let me change colours so I can highlight this for you, that this is a historiographical argument. It's not a historical essay, and if you are under if you're not sure still of the difference between a historical essay or a historiographical essay, please make a time to come and see me and make sure that what you're doing is on the right track. Because if you write a historical essay, you will not hit the target and it will not it's unlikely to get you anywhere above the pass range, and you might even end up failing if it's just a historical essay. So if you have any uncertainty, come and speak to me, please. So a historiographical essay, you should be writing about what the historian says and how the historian says that, not just what they say. So I should see comments in there that are about the context of the historian, that are about the language choices this historian makes, and how that historian is constructing the meaning of the past. You're going to be marked on whether or not you construct a persuasive historical position in response to your particular question. You are going to be marked on whether you use a consistent system of referencing and whether it's all been accurately carried out. You're going to be marked on the complexity of your explanation of the strengths and weaknesses of those annotated sources, including a consideration of usefulness and reliability. And you're going to be marked on a critical and insightful reflection of the pedagogical implications of completing the task for teaching senior history with reference to history extension and either ancient or modern history. Please make sure I have put into the outline of tutorials for this semester. There are a couple of weeks where I have designated time for consultations. Please turn up to those tutorials with all of your notes and whatever work that you've done to date and run past any ideas. I highly recommend that you run the question past me for your essay before you go ahead and answer it. You want to make sure that you're asking a question that will demand a historiographical response. You can let me have a read of your introduction. I won't proofread the whole essay, but I'll look at an introduction and a couple of paragraphs, and I can give you feedback as to whether or not you're on the right track. So please be mindful that assistance is there for you, and take it up so that hopefully you get the best possible result on this task that you possibly can. Okay, good luck, and I'll see you in class.